Hey, what's up, day traders, market participants of any sorts, and my fellow YouTubers? Welcome back. And I gonna go ahead and already have to say, what did I tell you? I told you so. The market was going to rebound this last week, and we could get to 600, maybe even, I don't know about all-time highs. Maybe the first week of June, we could maybe see some all-time highs. But the news on Friday was a clear he's been Trump's been doing this the whole all of the Wall Street. They constantly keep giving us this news and then they walk it back the next few days or even over the weekend, right? So we needed a pullback. Last week was the pullback for the full May effect, which is going to probably be the V-shaped recovery that we end up seeing perfectly play out. And I have some of my swing trades that came into fruition, and I just literally just bought them on Friday, and I'm going to go over them in this video. So I'm going to actually give you guys a step by step why I entered the position. So you guys are going to want to stick around. I'm showing you guys how to fish. Like, how do you determine when you're done with your trade? How do you know when is it your stop loss? What is your stop loss? Is it 20%? Is it 15%? Is it sometimes maybe 3 bars? Is it sometimes maybe 2 days? Is it a percent of your portfolio? How do you determine your stop loss? And then how do you also take profits as well? So I'm going to kind of go deep dive into that in this video. And there's three main stocks I want to touch on. It's going to be CCL, Caterpillar, and Abbott because and JP Morgan, I guess. They all provided a beautiful buy signal on Friday and they also followed through with on Monday. Yeah, I would say it's all in the charts. Don't listen. The news will, like I said in so many videos, the news is there to distract you, to give you fear, to give you greed. That's what it's there for. But if you learn to read the charts, that's what that's where the money is, okay? It's all in the charts. So let's jump in. All right, so the first chart we are going to get into is going to be CCL. Um, how do you know it's a buy? How do you know it's a sell? How do you approach the market? So one thing I like about CCL right now, and you're going to see this with all of the stocks, is that they're going to be above their, on the weekly chart right here, they're going to be above their 20 period moving average and their 200 period moving average for the most part. Um, so on Friday, we had this nice candle here above the 200, sloping up 20, right? So those are very good signs for a perfect picture to play out. So now, if I were to trade this, which I did, I bought at the end of the day, confirming this nice green surge off the 200. And now, if I buy here, my stop is right under the bar. As soon as it breaks 2 pennies under this low of the day, I'm out. It's not a percentage, it's not a whatever it is. It is a percentage based off of if you're playing with options. You're not sure what that option percent is, and should be based on your risk management of your size of your position size that you decide to go with. Um, Nonetheless, we did not get that next red candle to take it out. What did we get? We get a solid green candle pushing above everything, breaking through that local high. Very, very powerful. Very, very good. I believe I got the 620 contracts, so plenty of time left on those three more weeks and 4 more weeks, including this week. And so we have plenty of time on that. Will I wait for the next candle to form? Yes. That will probably be where I maybe trim a little bit more. This candle is massive. How do I know that I should take profit on that candle? Go ahead and write it in the comments. Why do you think I took profits literally the next day? Some could say, I mean, like I just started the swing position, right? It's supposed to be 2 to 3 to 5 days long. Why are you taking profits on the first day? You know, is it percent? Is it maybe a percentile that I hit and I'm like, okay, I should take profits right now. It's up 15%, it's up 20%. Maybe I think in that general sense, hey, you can't go broke if you're taking 20, 30% off the table. Here is why I, in my opinion, took profit. Do you see the size of this candle? Do you see the size of this candle? This candle size is the biggest candle size out of the entire year. There is no other candle. There's this candle. This candle was probably somewhere near it's in April. April was a doomsday. That candle's pretty big. This candle's pretty big, but this candle is massive. So I sold at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I knew it. I just let the day play out, and I took a look at the position, and I said, "Oh, you know what? Wow, this is a strong candle. This is an absolute strong candle. Yes, it could continue. It absolutely can. But when a gift is given to you, you have to take it. And how do you and you just size it up by candle size. It really is that simple. Because yeah, I mean, I could get a red candle here and it'll take away from my profits. Maybe a stop loss gets hit. And I'm trimming. I trimmed. I didn't take the whole position off because when you usually get a big candle like this, you usually get follow through, especially with high volume like this, usually get follow through. So we're going to be letting that play out into the next day. And I believe if we look at the hour chart looked really well too. Or was it the 30-minute chart? 30-minute chart looks decent. It all has this extended type of moving average play, so it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for the long run. Next one is Caterpillar. Let's take a look at Caterpillar. Caterpillar gave the exact same setup. It's just not as strong looking, and you can kind of tell in the next move that Caterpillar made, it wasn't as juicy as CCL. And that probably and most likely is because we're under the 200 moving average. CCL is above the 200 moving average, just letting people know it is technically stronger. So when a move is happening, people gravitate towards those stocks in general. I still like Caterpillar because overall it's still above on all of its weekly moving averages. So it shows me that it has a lot of strength here. This dip buy was a great buy right off of the 20 period moving average. It looks fantastic. And I trimmed a little bit off because we have a huge gap up and for Caterpillar, for these stocks to make these type of moves, it takes sometimes a while. So we have a gap up into the top ranges. So I just took trimmed off a little bit. I'm hoping we get that touch of that 200, but it looks like we might have some trouble. But we are clear on the weekly to kind of make some moves. Now that this past week we had time to digest this up move. We had time to digest it. So now maybe we can get that continuation move. So like where Caterpillar is. And since we're swing trading, let's check out the 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart. Oh my God. The 4 hour chart is telling me it wants to start. It's starting its race right now. It's getting started. It's at the starting line right now because the 200 is just now coming through. Gonna straighten out and then start moving up where that means the price action should get above the 200 eventually as this 200 flattens out and then starts grinding upward, allowing this 20 period moving average to start moving up, allowing us to come into this area right here. So like what Caterpillar is doing, looks fantastic. Abbott, same ordeal, guys. I'm looking at the weekly. We're above the 8, we're above the 20, we're above the 200. That already lets me know there's strength. On Friday, we really didn't get a good buy signal. Um, I bought it because of the weekly. So we really didn't get a good buy signal or confirmation. This would have been a better buy signal to get into Abbott right now. But Abbott has this overhead, and I do like it on the weekly here. This is another reason why. If you zoom out on the weekly, and this is a kind of a longer play that could play out for a very long time, but it's all in this consolidation range, shoots up, pulls back, and we can get that second leg. So another cool thing about this is you can kind of see how it hits up and down, and then you get that inverse head and shoulders right here. Then you get the second shoulder higher. Boom. Spike out. This would have been the best time to buy Abbott after you get that spike out right off of this candle. Boom. That's the candle you want to jump in. Coming off of the 200, off of the 20 moving average, shoots straight up. The odds are in your favor that it continues, 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 continues. Next time, the next goodbye was right here, right when we hit that 20 and the 20 confirms strength. So we buy here at the end of this week on Friday, and then and then that's it. And that's my stop down here. As soon as I lose this bar, that was my reason for entering. That is how the play plays out. Then we get another strong bar. You could take profits. This red, you would ignore it because the red didn't even take over the green. Then boom, you get another green. You can continue to take profits. This play takes 1, 2, 3 weeks to play out. And in the world of options, if you can get a stock to continue in your favor for 3 weeks and you still have more time on that options, the increased implied volatility on that option will increase. And that's how you take advantage of options. All right. And the last but not least, let's do JP Morgan. JP Morgan also. Look, guys, I'm rinsing, repeating the same type of charts because this is where there's strength. If you're not looking at your weekly chart on what you're trading, if you're not looking at the weekly charts or monthly might tell you a little bit of a different story. I like weekly because we can bounce with weekly, but monthly still saying the same story for JP Morgan. Absolutely ridiculous on that. Oh my God, on that hammer candle, then bumping right back up. Oh God. If we close right here on the month, the next month could get really good. But yeah, take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. Why did I buy? Same reason. We came in here, we hit this 20. Boom. Give me that. I want that. I want whatever's happening right now with JP Morgan. I like that. First candle shoots up. We're in this range. I did not take profit. I'm holding a little bit longer on this one, especially with this candle being very strong. And I like to see it close above the 8. It reclaimed the 8 moving average on the daily. Massive. So now that we've reclaimed it, maybe we get one more candle into this high and then I'll trim the position and then we'll see what happens if the monthly ends up going in our favor. That monthly chart looks very, very good for one solid push up. All right, that was it for this video, guys. Make sure you're looking at the charts, and when news strikes, you're looking at key levels. What was affected? How did it react on the chart? Not thinking about what people are thinking or what people are doing. Got constantly keep going back to the charts and look at the weekly charts and the monthly charts. As you can see, it obviously clearly shows where the stock wants to go. And I have plenty of examples that are having trouble with their weekly charts getting gaining momentum. That when bad news just hits, they actually just get hit harder. So that is the rhyme and reason of why some stocks move up a lot of percent and some don't because of where they are positioned on the chart. If you've ever wondered that like bad news comes out and certain stocks get hit harder than other ones, yeah, you can come up with a reason why, and those not saying that those reasons aren't valid, but the chart has kind of already put that into perspective. Um, based off how people are entering, exiting the trade. And that it's all reflected in the charts, guys. So don't be a novice and get yourself educated on the charts, guys. That was it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found any value in this and how I approach my stops and how I take profits, if you found any value in this, please like, comment, subscribe, join the family. I'll be posting videos like this all the time. If you like this one, be ready to check out the next one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.